Yo, so sitting here doing my workout and I'm rendering out the video from earlier, and the lightning is just doing strange, interesting things, but I don't have the GoPro set up, and because I'm halfway through rendering the Lightning Lab video, I don't want to stop it so I can record what I'm doing. So I just figured I'd turn this on because I, like, for sure something interesting. Yeah. And I'll just be doing my workout, I guess, and I think I'm on my second set of Bulgarian split squats. And I'll just not worry about having all the angles covered and everything. It's just not gonna happen tonight. But something is better than nothing as far as what's going on here. Yeah, there have been some cool, varied types of electrical phenomena, also known as lightning. But, there's been some interesting phenomena in the lightning. I think it does strange things around me. I think that's pretty evident. So, enjoy. Well, that last lightning that you saw happened as I'm trying to press my heel into the ground. It's not like the sitting exert on my right leg, it's the standing one. So, in the emoji chart that I usually put in the Lightning Lab videos, it's the standing leg one. The one that I do in the Trigger and Lightning #1 video. Okay, I'm gonna do some Bulgarian split squats. mean, I was doing my Bulgarian split squats, but that was to the right, so I couldn't really see. It was like in that direction, but it almost looked like blue and like streaking across the sky. I don't know, I couldn't see. Like, it was just a moment in my peripheral. I like that it's varied, you know? Not just the same type of lightning. Okay, now I'm gonna do diamond push-ups. So, I don't know if you can hear it. Okay. Of course. Well, I was gonna say, whatever kind of lightning or whatever you see comes out of that. I'm doing that kneeling lunge thing that I do. Oh man, I don't think you could see that all the way. Oh, you could definitely see it, but like straight up there. I'm just doing the kneeling lunge, and I was like really deep in the stretch. I mean, look, honestly, well, I'm like on lightning lap 12 at this point, and that's, you know, after it became a thing where I kind of came up with like a unique format. But when I was just recording videos like this, I mean, I've done a lot of these at this point, like probably hundreds of them, and I feel like there's just always like some new interesting thing that's going on with it, you know? Or at least more recently, it's been like new, kind of like what I'm saying, electrical phenomena. I don't even just feel like lightning at this point. It's like doing strange stuff. That's why the GoPro is great to have out. That's why I wish I just had one that was like live streaming in 4K or something, 4K 60 super view. You could just get whatever's overhead all the time. Well, the conditions are here. It's really interesting to me that that's another one where I got deep in the lunging stretch here, or you know, the kneeling lunge thing, whatever. It's the sitting or the kneeling one as opposed to the standing one in the emoji chart. It's like one of the two more common things, the standing one and the kneeling one. So this is the kneeling one. Okay, and it's doing interesting stuff, obviously. It's just interesting to me though that conditions, it's not like crazy stormy, you know what I mean? It's not like earlier it was, I mean, it was just angry deity lightning. Like that's the best way to describe it, I feel. Artillery shells almost. I mean, it sounds like, you know, there's been times where I was like out there on the like patio or balcony, and one of them I was recording, and it was just like I was like, I feel like I'm good, but it's just the concussive force, like being out here. I mean, some of these are just like I felt like artillery shells, or it definitely sounded like it. but you know, they were like thumping me in the chest. So I feel like the lightning we had today was kind of like that. You know, that's the video that I'm talking about, is the intense lightning strikes. It's pretty much the most, I think it's the most watched video on the channel, at least that's what my YouTube panel says. I don't think I have a legitimate YouTube panel, but you know, or user interface on anything, but it seems to indicate that one is the one that people have most watched. So, intense lightning strikes, I think it's from 8/16/2021. I'm assuming something happened around that date, piss y'all way off. Because that was absolutely angry deity, lightning and thunder. But you would, you know, I feel like the, not common sense thing, but kind of, maybe the common sense thing. Just like angry deity, lightning and thunder, you know, dark sky, it felt really intense for a bit. And like, this is really relaxed. It is not, yeah. But the conditions are here, and it's doing its thing, or he's doing his thing. I don't know if I'd say that the storm is doing it, or if Yah is doing it. You know, I definitely get to participate. That's pretty evident from the, you know, hundreds of videos of me participating, with at least like one reasonable example in each video. Okay, back to push-ups. One more set. Sometimes I feel, or I don't, not sometimes, but, you know, when I think about it, at times, you know, when the water was coming in earlier, and it was kind of getting everything wet, and like, you know, I had to keep cleaning it and kind of keep the window closed, and it was like, I felt like it was disturbing the flow of the video. But I suppose there's a reasoning. I mean, when I watched the video, like after I started uploading everything and putting it together, putting the Lightning Lab video together, all the different videos into one video, I was looking at, you know, on YouTube, different local news, Channel 2, Channel 11, Channel 13, Channel 26, and they were all kind of posting stories about, like, it was hailing over NRG, and like, you know, they had to shut down the carnival and stuff for a while. The rodeo, I think the Jonas Brothers are playing tonight, and I don't believe this has stopped that, but believe that was the intention. You know, like, I understand the idea of, you know, this biblical concept of patience. Or, I mean, it's a concept, but it's highlighted in the Bible. You know, as a virtue or something. A fruit of the Spirit or something. But, oh, that was cool, but again, I don't, this camera's just not wide angle. Actually, oh, I can't just go wide angle from here. I can only zoom in. Okay. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. If you could see that, that was like an electric. If it didn't look like normal lightning, that was like, I don't want to say it was ball lightning, but it did that. It did a thing where it was like. Not exactly that, but that was completely different. But that was cool too. I was thinking maybe I do some ASMR. I was actually thinking about doing ASMR with my Yeti mic, and I have some ideas because I have watched a lot of ASMR. I haven't watched any recently, but I have watched a lot, and I think I know at least what gives me tingles, and I think like good triggers, and I think I could do some really good triggers. So this is just me, you know, testing the waters. Standing leg thing. You know, it could be that this is like more interactive, maybe, or like it definitely feels like Yahweh's doing more interacting in the spirit. You know, when I said that Yahweh, the idea is Yahweh's a spirit, and I think he inhabits, you know, believers, and definitely, like, you're not going to tell me I don't have that spirit. In the least, I know its name. It's like a huge part of it. What spirit are y'all following? Okay, well, can't name it. It's probably a problem. Or if it's a generic, the Spirit of God. Which one? Okay, you definitely saw that. Even in the Bible, there's a bunch of gods. Like, look, this only bothers me because I'm gonna go through this and like watch it because I want to do that, but I'm making more stuff that I'm gonna have to watch. And I don't have all the angles, but you know, whatever. I can't really stress over that one. The thing is, I can have faith that, and it has definitely shifted to that. Yahweh's gonna show something interesting right in this viewing corridor. Yo is. When I say Yahweh, in Hebrew it's Yod-He, Waw-He. The Vav is a wow. There's a W sound or a U or a W or an OO. But which is the same in Arabic. It's the same concept. David, Daoud, is, the Arabic is very closer actually to Hebrew. I mean, the biblical Hebrew. The modern day, like Israeli Hebrew is not quite, or whatever. Modern day Jewish rabbinic Hebrew is not quite what it was from biblical times. But anyway, I said all that to lose track of what I was gonna say, I guess. Yeah, so in the name of Yah. But if I say Yo, that's Yah. was more bluish. But I mean, some of the ones that we saw earlier, it was like purple going sideways, and one was kind of red in the background. There's like some different shades of pink. It's been an interesting show. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna do sit-ups now, so I guess document what that does. I almost have a six-pack, actually. Actually, kind of my point has been, I think I'm going to go pretty quickly from a 4 to 6-pack to an 8-pack to like a what the fuck. Oh, this we'll see. First, I need to fix my leg. That was leg raises together. Not leg raises individually, like bicycle leg raises. A straight leg. I just did one set of 100 instead of 2 sets of 50. Now I'm halfway through my workout. I just do this pretty much every day at the window like this. And then take off Sunday. And if, like when I did the pull-ups, I hadn't done them in a while, and I came back really sore. I feel like I'm getting wings from it though. But the general idea is like be consistent, put in good effort, and target specifically, like that's why I do the Bulgarian split squats, target specific things that you want to fix, that you think you need to, that are structural. And if something hurts, don't push it. Not like if it's stressful, but I mean if you think that like I don't need to be overly sore for no reason, that I can't effectively work out the next day. So if I think I'm gonna get to that point, I don't. I don't take off a bunch of days between doing these. And generally, that's actually developed me a lot more than like going to the gym and doing squats with, weighted squats and stuff like that. Though I do enjoy weighted squats and stuff. So. This has been very effective. Like just literally basic workouts that, like only a few of them. I'm just being super consistent. And getting a lot of rest. And like, I don't drink alcohol. I mean, I drink a lot of water. But, and I mostly drink water, but I don't like set rules. Like I could drink alcohol if I want. I don't. This is kind of, I think, the idea in the Bible is like the law of liberty, right? And so like, it's like if you're free to do stuff, like people want to do what's forbidden, right? And so if you make the thing forbidden, then people want to do it. In the same way, like psychologically, if you forbid yourself from I don't know, doing something, I guess I do know, but like you'll want to do it. So I don't really do that. I just focus on doing where I think the Spirit leads me. So there. Spirit of Yah. Yo Spirit. I stood up and did that one-legged thing on, the right side. So that's kind of to see. I think you can see some of these. I'll try to lift this a little more. See, that's why I'm not, because it automatically tried to autofocus, which I can understand, because there's not really much to focus on once you go past the house. That's why. That's the only reason, because I think the light of the house that they've recently built. In fact, it didn't actually do this as much before they built the house. But, there's bound to be a house there at some point, so I'm not worried. But, so explain electrical phenomena. Like, okay. I feel like this is the type of stuff, if it wasn't connected to me, people would be like, it's an alien. There's aliens in the clouds. And a UFO. I saw a thing where someone was like showing lasers, and I was like, first of all, I don't trust any video anymore. I can understand why people wouldn't trust mine, except like I'm here filming it. That's how I know. I'm with multiple cameras, right? And so, and I just don't have the. I was gonna say time. I guess I do have the time, but I don't have the knowledge and skill base to like do that, and I don't believe I have an AI that is doing that. So, at least not yet. I wouldn't do that with it though, because I can clearly already affect something without, without some kind of aid like that. I mean, the aid is Yah. And it's just, yeah, exactly. Okay, so it is always fun doing these, and it's like just getting the, like, being reaffirmed, or being affirmed, or, you know, approved, and valid. I don't think that I'm a false prophet, because I don't think a false prophet could do this. Well, I think, look, I do believe actually there's going to be one instance where, like, you know, I've already even described this, that the beast from the earth can do miracles. I don't believe I'm the beast from the earth. I think that's something that Islam raises, because that's something in the Quran that Islam raises. But, I'm not stressing, because I think it's how much, like, spiritual energy and, like, all sorts of resources, from money, like, whatever, influence, power, compromise people, whatever, just, like, name all sorts of stuff thrown into one, like, soup to try to attack at, like, the guy who has the spirit of Yahweh, who's conquering with the 7 churches of Asia. Yo, that would be Matthew Ray Wilkins, right? Yeah, okay. Just thinking about Alessandra Ambrosi, and how, like, if she's not friendly, like, in the end, then this is gonna be a wonderful poison or venom, whatever, to be, like, removing. I feel like I will feel really good. It has to be what this, like, rotted leg thing is, and it hurts. Like, I mean, I cannot stress how much it hurts. I can, I just don't think it'll accurately portray it, so, I mean, there's no reason to just... Like, I feel like the fact that the natural world seems to react to me, that should give you a pretty damn good hint that, like, okay, probably, especially if you believe in God, probably he's telling the truth, and it hurts, and to an absurd degree. Again, getting hit by a car, I skateboarded home. Even the immediate afterwards, later, like, a day later, 2 days, 3 days, at no point does it hurt as much as just this thing does right now. I feel that's what, like, maybe I said it when it was fresh too, so that's why I say it now, and I think it only has started to hurt more because I feel like I'm more connected into it. Like it's like there's less rot, and so like more of it's connected, and so it's like very. It's like it's getting sharper almost, but less like the whole leg and more like just in a certain area. Oof. So, it'd be nice if Alessandra and Anja Ambrosio would come and engage me and what I'm saying to some reasonable degree, Yeah, that'd be cool. And then my dogs. I'd like that. So, I guess we'll see. Figure at some point, like I said in the previous thing, it's either she's Jezebel and I'm throwing I'm casting her on a sickbed thing, or she's coming soon. Because I think Yahweh is about to make it more of a problem for certain people who are going to make it more of a problem for her. That was interesting. I say her because, is she the thing that I was saying that I think Stephanie Houston is? When I was like, I think Stephanie Houston is like multiple women portraying one. But at the same time, I can't tell because I think they're using camera tricks to do it too. I mean, I know that the different lenses can affect different things, so it's like, okay. But at the same time, I think someone is doing that I don't think I'm missing. It's like it's like when Jesus walks through the crowd and someone pokes him and he's like, who did that? And okay, well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Who reached out and touched and should not have? What tactics are being used to prevent me from seeing that? Probably unpleasant shock tactics. That's why I was talking about the sexuality stuff. Is it's just unpleasant thinking about oh, you're attracted to this person. Now here's really unpleasant thoughts of things that they're doing that you wouldn't want to imagine, and just imagine being beaten down by that. I think that's what one of the tactics that is being used to try to beat me, but the whole thing at the end of the Bible of okay, Matt, the one like a son of man, 144,000 virgins on Mount Zion. Yeah, it seems like Yah agrees, yo. That is clearly what it says, and it's talking about women. Why do you think it's talking about their virginity? Okay, if you're the one like a son of man on Mount Zion with him, and that seems to be what is on offer from, this 7 churches, grant you to sit with me on this throne, and I'll come in and eat, and the eating seemingly earlier was about sexuality, and so 144,000 virgins on Zion, and so whatever Alessandra and Anja Ambrosio have done that is. Either they haven't done anything and this is a big joke, or GY. Something like that. Or it's terrible. So but they did it while I'm being rotted from the inside because seemingly something's using them to rot me from the inside. And so if I have to excise them and cut them out so that I can not be rotted from the inside, yeah, that'll be that's what I'm aiming to do. Otherwise, they want to be my dogs. I would love that. Oh, I made my YoTV, some of my YoTV videos public on the tube again. I mean, I don't know, like, you know, I guess if you can look at my hard drive, you can just look on my private YouTube, but doing the standing leg thing. Actually, I was about to start doing Bulgarian split squats. Like, I mean, I did do the standing leg thing, but I'm about to start doing Bulgarian split squats, so we'll see what that brings. This will be an interesting one to look over. I do wish I had the GoPro out there, but again, can't stress about it. Just, you know, I do think we're getting a good show right through the viewing corridor, so it's like, yeah, I know he's in control, so. And when I say he, I mean the spirit. That spirit's in me more than anybody else. Okay, yeah, you can very clearly see that. Okay, just making sure you get it. Just like with the seven churches stuff, it's not someone other than Jesus talking to me. Like, it's literally the spirit of the guy who died 2,000 years ago. And I feel like the way some computer-ass people would be like, oh, this is me talking to him or some shit. And it's like, no, don't do this. Because when it ends up not being that, and it's like, you know, I guess that is what the end of the Bible would be. Like, you know, just like, people would just be like blown away. I mean, I think this is probably more than they've ever seen before, so I you know. Okay. Ooh, that felt nice. That was 25 on my right leg. 25 on my left leg. It's not even raining right now, and the lightning is doing stuff. I mean, it's obviously there is conditions around the area. Definitely that way too, huh? Perfectly in view. I'm glad that shifted, because I was thinking of pointing the camera the other way, but I like this, like looking this way with it. One thing is, that's the direction that like the GoPro doesn't really get as much, but well, it gets it a bit better. I think the other side gets more coverage. Okay, now I'm gonna do regular push-ups. Whoa. That was just me getting back down to do push-ups. You know, one thing I was thinking about is, like, when I watch people do workout stuff and think about workout stuff, I know people don't want to spend a lot of time at the gym or working out, but, like, I use this time to, like, not really, I mean, I guess it's meditate, but just focus on stuff and think, breathe, gets, you know, I work on the story in pictures a lot, or I think about it as I'm doing this kind of stuff, or I think about, what I'm going to do in the mix stuff, or, just try to think about creative stuff, or, I was thinking, like, okay, this is kind of like X-Men Apocalypse, and, like, I'm picking up IP of, like, powers or something. Like, the idea is, like, Apocalypse is this mutant that has all these, can, like, get all these powers, right, from other mutants. And so Apocalypse is the first word of the Book of Revelation, or the Book of Apocalypse. And, one of my thoughts was like, alright, well, I can prove the IP is just a knockoff of something, like, of a biblical concept. The Bible predates pretty much all of this, and, like, is still followed. There's not really another thing that's as old that like, is still followed. I would suggest that means it has some merit and value, right? I mean, clearly, but as opposed to a bunch of nihilists, nothing really has value, so it doesn't matter explaining that. I also suggest, I think the nihilism comes from whatever the poison thing is that's doing, like, I think people are, like, zombied out by whatever is going on. Like, this is kind of like, I guess that's the idea of being in a fallen state, huh? But I mean, definitely, to eat from the tree of life, that's literally what the first church and the 7 churches thing is about. So, and, like, it's a series of gifts, so yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do some push-ups. Let's see if it does anything. Okay, the Dragon Ball IP would just be like, or Monkey King would just be like, you just go to Isaiah 19. It's like, is this not this character that you're talking about here? He flies in on a cloud, on a swift cloud, and has an iron rod, and, like, fights wizards and bad guys and stuff. And idols, and I mean, it kind of sounds like what I'm doing, except without the cloud, but I seem to be able to do some weather stuff, so maybe I'm working my way up to that. I actually think that's the idea. When I was a kid, did I have powers or something? Like, I feel like I remember something. But, we've got to see some pretty cool stuff tonight. So, thank you. I'm saying that to Yahweh, to the Spirit, to the Holy Spirit, for regular Christians. When I say the Spirit of Yahweh, in the Old Testament, the Holy Spirit is the Spirit of Yahweh. It's holy because, you know, Yahweh's holy. Set apart, sanctified, hallowed. Get it? I think that was pretty impressive. I was even right before that happened, I was about to say, I'm like stretching deep into my thing, into my like kneeling lunge thing into my right leg and knee. So if you see something, but the storm seemed to have moved. Well, I think they're actually all around, so, and I think they will be for the next few days. So I do not expect this to be the last video, but. Like, one thing is, I don't know if, I want to timestamp it. It'll be nice when I can just have the AI do it. And, like, I've already created a standard that it can learn from, but, or people could just do it for me if they're going to be watching my stuff anyway. But, okay, what I'm thinking is, I was actually thinking, like, about the doubles Alessandro Ambrosio. There are, like, 2 of them or more. Multiple Andres or something. It could be, I feel like someone is doing something like that. You know, if they were like Simi Hayes, but, you know, were, like, more snaky. And the reason I say that is because it's like a mind thing. If you could get one so far over on people right in front of their face, it's like, there's power in that. And people have tried to do that to me for a long time, but I'm just an idiot, so I just, okay. Am I? Well, whatever. I don't think I'm just an idiot. I'm just being humble. Or am I? I mean, I don't know. So, whatever. Anyway, let me do some more push-ups here. Because there's two ands, or ons. It's anons. It's like a bunch of anons. But what happens, I guess I have ID. Not just Matthew Ray Wilkins, but, seemingly Yahweh by the end of this. So, seemingly Jesus, and Jesus changes it to Yahweh. Okay. Or Yo. Or Matthew Ray Wilkins, I guess, by the end. But I totally drifted out of this thought. The spending a good amount of time in my workout, not stressing about just getting it done as fast as possible, like focusing on being effective in each set, like effectively engaging my muscles and breathing. And if I'm not, why would I even bother? Because it's not doing anything for me. I think it's doing considerably less than I would even put in the effort to do. I'd rather just rest if I'm not really actually getting much out of it. So, but I'm on my fourth set. I'm 94 minutes into it, or an hour and 34 minutes in. I'm like, for a bit I was like, I'm trying to do this in 90 minutes. Or, I'll try to do it under 70 minutes or in 60 minutes, I try to do it as fast as possible. And I just actually don't feel compelled to do that, I do want to take my time and enjoy it and relax, kind of. It's work, but when I'm not just pushed at some kind of breakneck pace for no reason, I can do something better. So that happened right as I did the one, standing on my right leg thing, and that too. One of the things that I was thinking is that I could probably use the spirit to give people tingles. Super tingles. Yeah. Tingly, tingly, tingly. This was just, with the iPhone mic. It's not like the Yeti mic. I think I want to try some stuff with it, but I don't know. I haven't had time. Well, I do have time actually, but I've been putting a lot of time into. Actually, this is one of the things. Is like if I put time into this and I can fix this issue with my right leg, it seems like the stuff is reacting to me more, and like everything, I'm healing up, and like I think this is just like a very important thing that I should do. So that's why I'm, spending as much time working out and trying to heal up as I can. Training. Speaking of Goku and Dragon Ball Z, I mean, it's kind of that. That's just where they get the IP from, okay? You just gotta acknowledge that. They definitely though do get, the Monkey King IP it's knockoff of Yahweh, and it's trying to call me like arrogant monkey. It's like actually when you actually read the characters, he's like the most. Like, at least the bit of Journey from the West that I read, he's, like, absolutely the most reasonable of, like, the people in the heavenly areas. Like, even the Buddha that he's dealing with seems really pompous and, like, unaware. That is definitely not the vibe that you get when you read about Yahweh in the Bible, or, like, in the Old Testament or New Testament. It's completely different. But the idea of the guy flying around in the clouds with a iron rod and fighting baddies and stuff like that is trademarked. Alright, I'm going to do my last set of Bulgarian split squats on each leg. So like this, just, see what happens. Oh, man. That felt nice, though. I don't always, when I'm doing it, get, like, into the joint in the way that I want to. But that one I did. So that was, and when I'm talking about being effective, that's what I mean. If I can do that, I can actually engage kind of the muscles that I need to develop. But sometimes I just can't, for whatever reason, get into it. Okay, that's it for the split squats. Do 2 more sets of push-ups. I'm doing 50. In the end, I do 4 sets of 25 Bulgarian split squats on each leg, so 100 on each leg, and then 2 sets of diamond push-ups each set of Bulgarian split squats. That's 100 each. So that ends up being 200 diamond push-ups, and then I do in the middle, after I do 2 sets of Bulgarian split squats, or a set of Bulgarian split squats, 2 sets of diamond push-ups, Bulgarian split squats, 2 sets of diamond push-ups. Then I do some core workout, like leg raises, together leg raises, kind of separate leg, but straight leg, almost like bicycle, but you're not like tucking your knee in, and you're not like, you're focused on your legs, not the crunch part of it. And then I do regular bicycle, where you try to like meet the opposite side. I try to focus on engagement, and that's pretty much like, I think when I'm doing the push-ups, it's kind of like a plank too. So I try to make it like a plank, but just doing that has been pretty significant. And then I've been eating pretty well. I guess maybe recently I've been not as strict. Because for a bit there, it's like, when you fast or something, you kind of get like I don't want to say head clarity, but I just had some moments during that period, and it was like a very stressful period, so I'm sure I'll work back down to that, because I'm very close to that point where it's like I don't have much more fat to lose after. Like, there's not much more fat to cut after a certain point. But I'm not there yet. And I think some of this is like I physically can't develop in the way that I want while I'm rotted in the way that I'm being rotted. So I'm undoing it, and like it just feels as though it's like a process that's not just do workout X number of times and then you'll be there. It feels like it's more metaphysical in the sense like after I finished my mix, it's like my leg almost like slid in place more. I didn't even have to like force it, or just doing what seems to be what I would say is the right thing. Like I try to make the right decision, not always the easy one, but what I think is the right one. and I lost my train of thought. I mean, obviously I was just kind of talking too, because I'm getting somewhat tired here, but and I do, after the core, that's the middle of it, and then I just repeat it, but instead of doing diamond push-ups, I do regular push-ups. So I end up doing 400 push-ups total, but I don't think just doing 400, like just doing push-ups over and over, like I don't think the number go up make it better, you know? I don't think repetition equals skill or quality or whatever. But I do think there's like a threshold where if I'm going to be developing in this way, that I need to have a certain number that I can like work into, and like, you know, sometimes your first things in the set aren't always the best reps, you know, because you gotta like work your way into the muscle or something. So like on a push-up, you gotta kind of, like, I gotta use the first couple to like engage certain stabilizing muscles that I can grip better and stuff like that. So I you know, long story short, I don't think more bigger number equal better bigger muscle, or maybe bigger muscle but not better muscle. But I feel like, you know, in the video my arms look pretty big, but I'm like considerably, I was like 10 pounds lighter than I was actually maybe 15 pounds lighter. I'm trying to think, like in December I think I weighed myself, or when was it? Sometime in the fall I weighed myself and I was like, I need to refocus. And but okay. Let me do my push-ups here. We're almost done. Also, I'm just in the best shape I've ever been in. Like, that is one thing doing this has done for me. Which is nice, but I still want to fix my leg completely, or it kind of what I'm saying is it also feels like I'm like locked out of my toe, right? Symbolically, one of the pictures that I have, if you look at my Milky Mix 11 cover art, it feels like my mom is on my right pinky on my hand. That's what, like, it's behind her head, I think. You can't see it. And I almost feel like that's me communicating, like, that's what unlocks it. I was also gonna say about the YoTV thing. I made public a bunch of the videos, but I got to a point where as I was making it public, like I was just going from video to video. I don't know. I guess it has to switch it into like a different mode or something. I mean, I'm not exactly sure what the process internally on YouTube servers are, but it like. Once I got through a certain number, it was just like it was just slogged down, and so I just decided to stop for a bit. But I'm also looking at some of the stuff on that is like going on in it, and I can see like I'm blocked on certain things, and I feel like that isn't happening in the same way now. Like, I mean, I was literally blocked on certain things. I think this is happening more to the other direction now, but like I'm gonna do my push-ups and then the core workout, and then I'm gonna go down and eat. So I'm just gonna end this thing. But until then, there's no. I mean, actually, maybe I just end it now. I think most of it's done. But I am going to do what I said with the workout. But, I mean, clearly there's lightning stuff going on, but it doesn't seem to be doing it as much there. And, like, I just got an hour and a half video. I think even part of the point here is the idea is just like, yo, just upload that, because that's, like, it's good enough, and it's also, clearly I know what I saw it happen live, so like what it looked like on camera always is like, oh wow, you can. This is way more obvious even on camera, but okay. So I'll just end this now and start the transfer, and that way it'll be up. Yeah, it's 4:36, but I mean, to be honest. I'm normally up at this time doing a workout, so that's what I'm gonna do. Anyway, Yahweh. Okay. Anyway, Yahweh. I'm not saying Yahweh is anyway. I think people are gonna do anyway. Like they're gonna do whatever they want anyway. Until Yahweh. He's kind of like, I wouldn't do that. I would come this direction, this way. But, up until that point that I'm like, all right, we're done. I guess you're doing your thing, huh? So, doesn't seem like there's that much longer, though. Alright, well, hope you enjoyed. There's definitely some cool lightning in this, and there's more storms that are like this one developed. I don't think the weather people thought it was going to be this like this, so there's an idea that it might be a little intense with some hail to the west of us, but like I think it was more intense than they figured. I think I'm getting stronger than they realized. Well, I think I'm using more strength than they realized I would. But yeah, I'll end it here, and there's probably some more to be seen. So hope you enjoyed, and yeah, have a blessed one, and get super tingly. Get super tingles. Let me know if you got super tingles, because otherwise this just seems silly. Okay. Yeah. Alright, well, hope you enjoyed, and yeah, I'm excited to see what the lightning looked like. Yeah. Wait. The electrical phenomena.